What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dirk Show 3 here, and today I wanted to talk about why 2 years ago I made a decision to quit reviewing hot sauce, and why I'm getting back into it, and when I'll be eating the Carolina Reaper. Um, if you ever watched my channel, a lot of people did. I was heavy in the hot sauce community. I loved watching, Ted Barris, Chili Beast, Crazy Mike D, Toronto Heat, T dot Heat, whatever. I was watching everybody. I was watching the Crude Brothers. I was watching anything hot sauce related, chili related. I was watching. I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted in the community, and I was into it. I loved making hot sauce reviews, and I've always liked hot sauce. I loved hot sauce. Back when I was a kid. Um, I think I was really introduced to it by my uncle. And he always ate hot sauce. He always ate hot chilies. He always had hot food, and I really that's when I really started wrap my mind around it, and I started liking heat. Started liking that feeling you get when you eat something hot. The endorphins kicking in. It's kind of like a high, but it is a high actually. Your endorphins kick in, and it's a natural mechanism in your body that when you're in pain, your body's in pain or senses you're in pain, it sends it out, and it's a natural high to help relieve the pain. You've probably felt this like if you've had hot foods, or if you may have broke a bone, or been in serious pain. You would know what that feels like. It's just a natural thing that happens in the body, and it was fun. It's kind of like doing a drug, I guess. Chasing a high. So you kept trying to get higher and higher and higher, and with going higher and higher, your tolerance builds and builds and builds. So I gotten to the point. I had the, obviously you start with Frank's Red Hots or Louisiana hot sauce, or Texas Pete. The basic stuff, the Tabascos. Then basically what people sometimes can't even handle, the basics, right? And I started off there. I did like a battle of the three: Louisiana hot sauce, Tabasco, and Frank's, because I had that in the refrigerator. Like I said, I already liked hot sauce; it was already in my fridge. But had a battle between that. I don't remember who I said I thought I liked. It's one of my beginning videos on this channel of hot sauce. And then from there, it went on to bigger and better things. Started going down. I didn't really order stuff at the time online. So I'd take like an hour and a half drive to the local Bass Pro Shop. Not really local, but it's about an hour and a half drive on the border of Kentucky and Indiana. And I would get whatever hot sauce there. There was ass kicking peanuts. There was different types of purees, different stuff, and I would review it and put it on the channel. And it had the little sample bottles. Spontaneous combustion, ass blasting, all of them in there, and those little variety packs, novelty, and you would put them, and I would use one for each video, and it was fun. And then I try to get my family involved. I do like the toothpick test, just the tab of the toothpick that I got from the Crude Brothers, or a couple other people. They would take a dab on the very tip of a toothpick, and then they would try it while I did like a spoonful. And I always wanted to make sure I did a spoonful. The reason why I wanted to do a spoonful was so that, I would always, oh, he did barely any. I tried to mimic Ted Barris. He'd do a spoonful. I would do a spoonful. So you get everywhere in your mouth filtered. You would feel where it burns. By the point where I'd gotten, I was able to pick out what was in it just by the burning. Because each type of pepper, each type of, what's inside of a pepper hits different receptors in your mouth. Sometimes you get burn under the tongue. Sometimes you burns in the back of the tongue, just the throat, the roof of the mouth. And it was certain things like that. Certain hot sauces make my ears hurt. Stuff like that. But it was fun, and then you could find new ways to battle the pain by milk, dairy products, water, and none of those really worked. Ice cream obviously is good to use because it cools it down, but it goes right back. But what I found to be the best was lemon juice, citric acid. I felt like it broke it down a lot better, and I would always have one of those bottles, the lemon bottles, the plastic ones you get at like Walmart, and I would spray it in my mouth after it, and I'd have a glass of milk too. That was just me. I didn't care what people thought. I would do it right after. I tried it. I knew what it tastes like. I gave my review. That was it. I tapped out. and then I would see how long I could go. But obviously, I would drink that milk right away. So then we got into getting higher ups and super hots, and then I decided, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna have my first chili. I've been mostly a hot sauce reviewer. I've had one chili, not like sweet chili or jalapeno or habanero, but like super hots. I had the 7 Pot Primo. I ordered it. It came with a whole bunch of others other than the 7 Pot Primo. I think the ghost pepper was in there. I didn't touch any of them besides one, and I went for the hottest one. That some say that it at its hottest it can be right there with the Carolina Reaper. So I took the 7 Pot Primo and I was scared shitless. You can watch that video on this channel. I was scared. I was so nervous. I was stalling. I had my fiance record it in our little apartment, and I chewed into it. I couldn't swallow it. Like my body froze up, and it wouldn't let me swallow it. So like I ended up not. I chewed it up, like grounded it up real good, but it wouldn't let me swallow the whole pepper. I did get some of it down, but it wouldn't let me take a gulp. Like my body was like no. My head was saying swallow it, but my body was like no. So I ended up spitting the other half out, and just horrible pain. Never felt anything like that from a food before. It was fun at the time, and it was one of the biggest rushes I've ever had of endorphins. My endorphins kicked in really quick. So then there was that, and I chugged almost a whole gallon of milk. I'm not kidding. Almost did the freaking gallon milk challenge in the middle of it. So I puked everywhere. Milk was running down my nose. Crazy. And then we went to put hot sauce. Try these, what was it? Hell's Revenge, Oz peanuts. Tried those, not too bad. And then we kept going, and then I got frostbite. Really cool, right here. Frostbite. Got into that, which was cool. Probably my worst quality video because it was on a broken phone. But I still love to make videos off the phone. Not anymore. Obviously, I use PC and a webcam. But then I got into these two. These were my last two I reviewed when I finally before I went to the hospital and before I gave up hot sauce, like extreme hot sauce. It's the Blair's After Death sauce, and then also the Mad Dog 357 Silver Bullet, I think, edition. I tried those, and those were really bad. The Mad Dog 357 was like the last one. And I did it, and I ended up having my first nosebleed. It was really weird. I don't know if it had any correlation with it. I'm not saying it did or it didn't, but I've never had a nosebleed. And I had been pumping out so many hot foods. Like everything I ate had hot sauce on it. Everything. Everything I had for breakfast had hot sauce on it. Everything. Everything I ate had hot sauce in it. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything. Eggs had hot sauce on it. Put hot sauce on everything. And I don't know if that was just internal or if it was just randomly I had a nosebleed. I've never had one before until that day. A couple days go by, still eating hot sauce, and then I don't know. I just woke up one morning in probably some of the worst pain in my stomach I've ever had in my life. Painful. Painful. It was like a knife being driven into my stomach and just turning. Just keeps on turning. Non-stop. And it didn't stop all day. That night, I was literally in my bed, fetal position, not kidding you, fetal position on the bed. At one point, I was rolling around non-stop because it was so painful. I had to keep my mind off it, and I just kept rolling in my bed like a ball. It was horrible. It hurt so freaking bad. At that point, I decided, fuck it. And I don't go to the doctor at all. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm overweight. I don't like going to the doctor in here, and you're fat. Obviously, you need to lose weight. Blah blah blah. We all know that. That's what happens when you're big. You get that talk every time you go to the doctor, and you try to avoid it because you're, kind of gets to you sometimes. But I never go to the doctor. I decided to go. My fiance went with me. I was in so much pain. First time I ever had an IV. First time I ever had morphine. It did slowly go away. There was still a little bit of tingling, and then they couldn't find nothing. They had a CAT scan, everything, and then all they said was there was inflammation of the esophagus and lining of my stomach. There was bleeding, internal bleeding. Um, and yeah, so what it basically came down to is I looked it up, blah blah, and I had gotten whatever it's called, gra- gastritis, I believe it's called. Basically, it's inflammation of inflamed stomach. The lining of your stomach's inflamed, and there was blood. It was just bleeding, basically. And you get this actually from alcohol use, or you can get it from just bacterial. Um, I think that's what happened. I got this from bacterial. I don't know if it was bacterial because I don't drink, and it says pain medicine. Maybe it could have been ibuprofen, but anyways, it could have been ibuprofen. I could see that. At the time, I was working, so and obviously taking pain medication. Working in a factory, physical labor, and I took that, and then I got this, and then I think the hot sauce, not just regular. It says to avoid spicy foods. I don't think. I think these are a step above spicy foods when it comes down to a normal human being, and I really think that it set me sent me into the hospital. Hot sauce sent me in the hospital. But at the same time, I love hot sauce. The community has its ups and downs, but I really love the hot sauce community. It dug at me for 2 years because I loved making the videos, and that's why I switched over to my gaming channel and focused on gaming because sitting here not making videos was driving me nuts. I had to find an outlet, and I went to the gaming side. But I've decided here recently that I miss it a lot, and I feel like I'll tough through the acid reflux, the stomach pains, the heat, the hiccups that I'm known for, which I hate that I have hiccups when I eat ultra hots, nuclear hots. I hiccup crazily. Any video you watch of mine, I hiccup crazy. And yesterday, my brother and I, well, actually, he went ahead and bought some dried Carolina Reapers. They're on their way. And that's what I look forward to. Is some dried Carolina Reapers. For the first time ever, I'm going to eat the world's hottest pepper. Kind of scared. Not going to lie. I've been avoiding this. I could have had it back then, but I avoided it completely. I don't know why. I just felt like I don't know. I don't know why I avoided it, but now it's coming into, it's going to happen. I'm going to have, the Carolina Reaper. Now, right now, my tolerance is nothing. It is flat. Moonshine, that was my last video, was basically the first hot sauce in 2 years that I had reviewed. The first hot sauce that was actually not Tabasco or Frank's Red Hot, which was crazy to me. I reviewed it, got the hiccups, and now I'm moving on to the Carolina Reaper. It's going to be a huge jump. It's going to be good quality for you. You guys are gonna laugh your ass off, but for me, I'm kind of scared. I'm obviously gonna do it regardless. And Let's Get Frisky has never been in the super hots, none whatsoever. Um, and he bought him. He just went up and bought him, and he sent me the receipt. He bought him, so that's what's expected on this channel. I'm excited to be able to eat the world's hottest pepper. There's been a lot of shots being taken. They're trying to take that pepper down as being the world's hottest pepper. There's a lot of producers going after Ed Curry and his pepper, but for now, once I try it, I'm going to definitely be able to say I had the world's hottest pepper, regardless of the outcome. You best believe it's gonna be milk, lemon juice, and yeah, this is basically my story of hot sauce and where I'm at 2.5 years later. Well, my whole lifetime until now. So yeah, it's been your boy Dirk03. I just thought I'd share like my story. I said I was gonna do it, I think a year ago, and I didn't do it. And I said I was gonna do it last video, and I was like, you know what? Let's buckle down. Let's tell the story. Now, by no means do I think hot sauce is bad. I'm not attacking it because I went to the hospital. I'm not trying to get sympathy for going to the hospital. I just want to tell my story because there is two sides to everything, right? Um, it's good and all. Some people can handle bodies that are just built tough. Mine was until it just decided to get something in the hot sauce and made it worse. So, yeah, been bored here so 3 with story and what my future plans are in the hot sauce world and trying to come back, trying to get back on this horse and ride it again. I'm really excited, really excited. Finally get back and reviewing hot sauce and starting it off with a bang with the Carolina Reaper. That'll build my tolerance up real quick. And you'll see it here on this channel within the next couple of weeks. Try to edit it real nice for you and everything. But yeah, it's been your boy Dirk 3. Stay crispy.